I'm going to be working with John, who's very kindly volunteered to be my demo for this cravings tapping. And I'm going to work through how we work with the craving in terms of the sensory elements of that craving and also the emotions that drive it, that underlie that craving. So John, tell me, what's the nature of your cravings? What kinds of foods do you go for?
Oh, I think one of my favourites is bread and cheese and add some butter and avocado to that, and that's
that's
my
pretty
favourite.
brilliant, hey?
Yeah.
Okay. And so can you just picture that right now in your imagination? What kind of bread would that be?
Oh, something nice and soft and white inside and a nice crispy crust on the
Okay,
outside.
yep,
Yeah.
so it's like a freshly baked bread with a crust and the soft insides, yep. And any particular kind of cheese?
Oh, some Swiss cheese is particularly
Alright,
nutty,
so we've got kind
sharp
of
flavour.
nutty, sharp, yeah, fairly firm texture. Okay, yep. And so just picture that, bread, butter, cheese, avocado. Picture that in your imagination and tell me on a scale of 0 to 10, when you really tune into that now, how high is the craving?
Oh, pretty high, probably 8 or 9 out of
Yeah?
10.
Right, so if I put that in front of you, it wouldn't last very long.
Not at the moment, no.
Okay, all right, let's do it. So, in terms of the sensory elements, then, what have we got for the visual? What's the? Is it colour? Is it what elements of the appearance really reel you in?
Oh, I love the appearance of it. It's just all those foods look nice to me.
Yep. Okay.
And then there's just the sensation of it
In your mouth.
in your mouth, especially.
Yep.
Yeah.
For sure.
And then after I've had enough of it, there's that sensation of fullness in the stomach. So, so eating it is particularly appealing because that's sort of an instant hit.
Yep.
And then after you've had about 2 or 3 of them, it feels nice and comforting in the tummy.
Yeah, okay, so we've got that sensory element first with the sight of it, the taste of it, the feeling in your mouth. Oh, what about the smell?
Oh yeah, the smell of the hot, the bread, fresh
bread
baked.
smell, yeah, and then that sort of sharpness of the cheese. Okay, so you've got all that sensory stuff coming in, and then kind of gets down there in your stomach, makes you feel full. And what does that provide for you? That feeling of fullness?
Oh, that's sort of very comforting. It stops those anxious feelings. It suppresses them, and
and that's
gets
really
rid of
the
them
key.
for the short term.
Yeah, in a sense, it's not about the food; it's about the feelings that it kicks down. But there are particular foods that achieve that end better than others, right? For you,
I can't achieve it with a big serving of broccoli.
It just doesn't hit that spot, does it? No, as much as you might like broccoli, it's not the kind of food you're going to go for in that scenario.
No.
All right, let's do it on your karate chop point. Even though
As it fills your tummy a bit.
the feeling
and
down there,
suppresses
let's focus on that. It suppresses the
anxious feelings.
anxious feelings. Okay, even though I really want that bread and butter, cheese and avocado.
Even though I really want that bread and butter and cheese and avocado.
I really love the way it feels in my mouth.
I really love the way it feels in my mouth.
And I love the way it feels in my stomach.
I love the way it feels in my stomach.
It's so soothing.
It's so soothing.
It just seems to settle everything down.
It just settles everything down.
All that anxiety.
That anxiety.
It just goes away.
Just goes away.
When I eat enough bread and butter and cheese and avocado.
When I eat enough bread and butter and cheese and avocado.
I can calm all those feelings.
I can calm all those feelings.
And I don't want to give that up.
I don't want to give that up.
And I accept myself in the way I feel.
And I accept myself in the way I feel.
I love the way that, what have you got coming up now?
Yes, cravings lessened. I can sort of visualise it and think it'd be nice still, but I could probably walk past it if it was on a platter and.
Yeah. Okay. So you could choose to have it or not choose to have it. You could pass it by if you made that decision. Good. And that's a position of power. So because when you have to have the food, so that food has power over you.
Yes.
And when you could look at it and say, yeah, you look pretty nice, but I'm not really in the mood, then that's the power back in your hands, which is really cool.